Is there any other hero than Storm that we feel good for? Oh, so they go Ember.
That's quite greedy, I think.
Makoto has a reputation to uphold as well. That's why they'll give him his signature Storm Spirit.
Wait, could they have worked a Tusk Undying lane? I mean, that does sound kind of fearsome.
I don't remember if Tusk was in the pool at that point.
Yeah, it could have been gone, I suppose. It's
23.
Savage. I think he's going to die here. Pops the Fairy Fire. First blood for save, so BetBoom on the board.
Now, this is one of the really valuable things about...
Meanwhile, battle for the 6-minute rune. The zip from Makoto to try to focus everything on this Ember Spirit with the shackle as well, but GPK takes out Cuckoo. Remnants away.
He wants more.
Absolutely. Jokum will be next on the list, so a third kill in the game for BetBoom.
GPK with a double.
Who ended up getting the rune?
You were to find a dive onto 23, but good coverage is available. Cuckoo is in position, and Makoto playing at mid-range in the camp in the jungle would be able to help as well. But here comes the play.
Here it comes. He has damage rune on GPK. They're going to run into Cuckoo. They'll take him easily as TP support's coming in. Undying is here. Save's going to be the trade for now. Kiritich in the midst of this tombstone as WS pops his ult to try to force the Bristol back out. The decays continuing to come on this Bristol, making him way less tanky. He will fall as a result, so great rotation from Talon. Still a 3-for-3 as the fight continues. GPK still has that damage rune as Makoto will eventually take out the creep. A TP attempt, and that's going to be successful for Miero, and it looks like the fight stops here.
Miero never got the roll. Undying will be coming online when he gets this Blade Mail. That will make his fights significantly better. Drow is rushing the hypothermia. You talked about it. That's, again, is this too little in the way of defense?
He's going to get gone on again. Searing Chains. Save is there with a Fade Bolt. He does get the Gust off, but he's going to get run down eventually.
Ironically, he has Gust in the one gank that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not the worst skill on Rubik, but also definitely not the best.
23 Savage. He gets roared up. The tombstone is placed, but he ends up going down.
Is he going to get out too?
As the TP again from Miero.
God.
That is a disaster.
Brutally overpowered on some heroes, but it actually hasn't seemed that ridiculous. I thought heroes like Beastmaster, Brood, would just crush with this, but...
Okay, Serpent Ward's placed, Miero.
Yeah, Jokum will be another
casualty. Farming it up eventually. It's going to take a while, of course.
It's kind of just giving them extra gold here. Yeah. I don't think there was much potential in these Serpent Wards. In the meantime, Save finds Cuckoo together with GPK in the mid lane. Talked about the lineup's good at the Tormentor. I did not think they were planning on this early, but it's why not? It definitely is possible, and they're not. It doesn't cost them anything on the map. They had the waves pushed out nicely, so the side of Talon don't even get their first tower yet.
GPK TPs. Jokum spotted. Puts down the wards again as Makoto making his way over. Do they actually want to fight this, though? It's a shield run on GPK. He's so tanky. The TP attempt. Searing Chains cancels. Another kill to the name of GPK. There's the initiation from Makoto onto GPK, but the Serpent Wards were stolen by Save, and that's going to force the rest of Talon back. They just have not been able to find a foothold on this game at all. And GPK not going to be able to pursue any further. I feel like this is just a symptom of the laning stage where
it's just really difficult for him to initiate. The 4 points in Flame Guard makes Ember an atrocious target. Beastmaster is very tanky. There's Oracle saving.
Yeah, and the supports feel like they're just bleeding out constantly. You're going to see that again here in the form of Jokum.
When BetBoom are in formation, I genuinely think you can't fight, and what a nightmare that is for Core Undying. This hero's bread and butter is just early team fights.
Yeah.
First the long cooldown on Chains, or excuse me, on Slight when you have that. Level 2 on that.
23, better be careful. There's the blink, there's the roar, there's the death. And
he didn't know about the dagger.
Nope, he did not. We talked about potentially on Makoto, but if 23 is just going to lay himself out there, why not? Serpent Wards from BetBoom, so the push even faster.
Such a good steal for this lineup. You have Beastmaster to push the towers, and then you get the free Serpent Wards in addition. Now, these do not get amplified by Arcane Supremacy. They have the same damage, I believe, as they do for the Shaman, so they're not a better version. It's one of the very...
I don't see how Talon can get this kill.
I don't think you're very concerned in general. Any lift?
BK.
Yeah.
They have plenty of stuns for Cuckoo. Reign of Destiny plays just for fun, just to show them that they have very colorful fireworks that they can portray onto the screen.
BetBoom are aware.
Damage empowers me.
They will retreat. And if they keep good formation here.
Cuckoo TP's in, and he's just going to die right off the bat.
Well, he did scout them.
Sure. WS gets a big decay. Kataomi finds the distance, though. 23 Savage was being pursued by GPK. Big zip, but now the roar from Miero onto the Drow. That's going to be the death of 23 again. Serpent wards are placed. Not sure if Save will steal it this time. He actually takes decay instead, so swapping decays with WS. That's 3 dead for Talon. WS will at least find 1. But he will die shortly after, so 4 for 1, although the Undying with the Innate comes back to life instantly. I feel like a game that they can pretty casually just go down this lane, get the tier 2, and then take a fight on the high ground.
And if you're Kataomi right now, you want to leverage your Blink Dagger. So you want to stand 2,000 range behind the fight. Look at where he's standing right now relative to his team, just way back. Because he knows that if anyone else gets jumped, he can just Blink ult.
Yeah.
Reign of Destiny them.
Jokum on the cliff. Oh, he gets hit by the axes. Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
Oh, that didn't work.
He's dead. 30 seconds.
Yes,
Does that buy.
Yeah. It's not going to need it, though. The next wave is going to take about 20 seconds to get there. Yeah, you're just going to send in the Bristle to hit, right? He has the banner as well. Bristle plus Beastmaster's units. Step by step should get it.
23. He's spotted. The roar from Miero comes out. There's the save, though. The grab ally from WS. It's not going to matter, though. Drow pops right back out and dies instantly. That is unfortunate. Miero does go down, though, so Talon finding a really valuable kill. GPK stunned up, but there's the false promise, and now he can work on anything he wants in that Reign of Destiny. They get a long shackle on the Makoto. First death for him. And no buyback to come as WS. He is quite tanky. Buyback does come out from Jokum finally.
Oh,
Shackle onto the Undying. Kiritich getting pretty low, but still has that Aegis. Just one-shots the Nature's Prophet. There's the Aegis. And GPK, he is running out of mana now. They cannot kill this Undying. The Ag's decay is pretty absurd in these long fights. The BetBoom without Aegis any longer. Kiritich, he's surrounded. He is a tanky boy, though. Shackle does come out as these quill sprays are starting to stack up quite a bit. Kiritich, though, left all alone, attempting to TP out, and he does get away.
That was not the worst hole, deliberately. Rather than saving the Beastmaster, and then maybe Ember has to play it more cautiously, but at least you have all 5 heroes in the fight for way longer. I can't help but feel like that would have been better, but I'm not sure if Kataomi was being boxed out or countered by something that prevented him from getting there. And getting that save on Beast, but...
Oh, WS gets to the high ground in time. This is the one target that would be a bit difficult for BetBoom to take. GPK, not able to find the connection. WS still kind of isolated. He's already at half HP, and there's the quill spray from Kiritich.
Oh, he doesn't have Scepter. Oh, no.
He gets his innate, so Undying is actually back.
That's true. He still had that. He had died forever.
Kiritich, though, finds the connection onto 23 Savage. Double kill for Kiritich as they find another on the back line. As Rubik stuck inside the Serpent Wards, but I feel like the Rasta is the one that's stuck here. And now WS with Makoto in a 2 versus 5. He gets lifted. He gets destroyed. Ultra kill for Kiritich as Makoto is going to be the Rampage. A huge fight for BetBoom, and that should do it for game number 1.
Yeah, they have a whole minute. Well, Makoto... Wait, what?
He bought something.
Did he just lose his buyback from...
Nope, it's back again.
Okay. Oh, he started buying his Sanj. He's like, wait, I probably have to defend here? No glyph for now. If he doesn't buy back, this should be a lane, right? 17 seconds? Maybe not. The glyph is actually really valuable here. The fact that Beastmaster is dead does slow down this push. Kiritich, he will still get 1 lane. Seeing red with Solar Crest. Big damn.
Yes, GPK will take the bottom tower as well. They're going to group up to take out the range racks, it seems. 23 Savage. Getting a little pokey poke. Yep, Storm up in 15. Kiritich, how comfortable do you feel without the Aegis? Gust is going to be dodged.
Oh,
There's the
blink
shackle.
instant counter.
Yeah, good job from Jokum. As they're going to turn this around to save and say they actually use False Promise on the support instead, but GPK going in deep. Miero with the roar as well. 23 Savage dead again. As Cuckoo going to get rooted up along with the Storm Spirit, forcing out the BKB from Makoto, but they're going to call it GG. They really lost 3. Make it 4. BetBoom take game 1 pretty comfortably. And 1 game away from meeting Paravision in the grand final.
These score lines on BetBoom's cores are disgusting. Bristleback 10, 1 and 11, Ember 14, 0 and 15, and Beastmaster 9, 2 and 15 in this game. Just absolutely crushing it.
RP's the Avalanche, call for Axe.
And the other way around, Stormster has a lot of people to play with. And
It's like Undying carry or Naga carry? What is this?
Undying off lane.
Undying off lane,
Yeah.
just carry. Oh yeah, mid pango, of course.
So BetBoom are going to pick the Undying and say, this is how you play Undying.
It does.
You want to avoid getting to late game. I actually think it's the simple version of this. If the game goes long enough, well, this could be a good start for them, but I do think WS will make it out alive here. Probably, maybe. No, they've Deluge again.
Yep, he's getting slowed to a crawl.
dead.
First blood. Kataomi will likely grab it. Does he have the move speed?
Yes, Delusion 1.
Well, it
and
might be more. Oh, he actually gets a little bit more HP diving the tower. As we have a pause. What the horse happens now?
this was
screwed
your
that
show.
up.
He's definitely dead.
Yeah, he's dead. As Kataomi will trade his life for the betterment of BetBoom, who get the first blood. We'll be going for the phase boots into Blink, as per norm.
Yeah, then it'll be Blade Mail, and then probably BKB, I'm guessing, in this game. You want to make sure you can get all your stuff off against Pango, against Rubik. Save will get killed off, and maybe more. Miero would be the bigger prize.
Yep, he doesn't have his ult right now. Gets off a double decay, but the Electric Vortex, GPK coming in with the double shield crash. Will use his ult. They've already lost their Undying, and now GPK won't be able to finish the job, so away he goes. And of course, Miero instant spawns as WS. He's left alone,
This
takes
is
a
not
Laguna
even
Blade,
close.
but they don't do any damage after the fact. Gets reeled back in, he gets whipped. A lot of aggressive things onto Axe, but he doesn't care at all. Makoto snags the Invis rune. We'll have to use it right off the bat. They put a sentry down, though. They're going to focus on Jokum instead because he's easier. They will get him as a result. This might be the first power rune that a non-support has gotten this game.
Necessary to get their lineup to the later portion of the game where it really peaks. We've seen these late game Magnus plays, the Storm plays. And 23 Savage, who was slated to have the hardest lane of everyone, is more or less tied with the lead.
Kiritich. That's a smoke reveal. Makoto. Well, actually, Jokum is the one that gets the kill. They're going to get Kataomi as well. So a nice gank here from Talon.
A lot of the time, Lina would have been played as a mid and will still go for some sort of right click or maybe spellcasting hybrid, and she could still die to Axe. When you're playing the true hard carry Max Fiery Soul Maelstrom build, you have so high attack speed when you get called, you're just going to die, and Axe is going to amplify it even further with call out.
Yeah, they're going to bring 23 Savage as well. So this is a 4-man smoke. Oh, that's a nice call. Onto 2. The blink reveal is perfect.
See him
Both
later.
supports for BetBoom evaporate. GPK, I mean, Makoto still has plenty of mana to pursue. Rolling Thunder will be canceled. There's the RP to follow. Miero, he's going to get caught off guard. He's going to get destroyed as well. They're going to clean up the tombstone on top of killing off GPK and Miero, and suddenly Talon, with a massive advantage, died to the zombies.
He was tanking the tower the whole time.
Yeah, that's...
Here he comes,
Step.
Makoto.
Yeah, they're going to have to focus on save. Avalanche there, 23 Savage, gets himself the kill. GPK does use the Rolling Thunder. Not going to be any follow-up here, so will TP out, but the call actually cancels it, and GPK, with the shield crash, will be surrounded. Swashbuckle there, but he is dead. What a play from W. That is really hard to do, by the way. They will eventually chop him to the ground.
You took
Very
the words out
impressive.
of my mouth. I was basically going to say that's a lot harder than it looks, because you need to blink close enough that you call, but you need to also outrange the stun from the roll. So the range that the precision you need to hit this with is probably like 100.
Oh, Laguna was dodged by Makoto. Oh my goodness.
And the LSA
Talon are
missed.
just all over them. This is just outplaying them so hard.
Makoto didn't even take damage.
Why can't you do any of this in game one? Any of it?
It dodged Laguna, the LSA missed, and Makoto ends that kill. He had a regen rune as well, to be fair, so he was going to be fine either way, but style point
Jokum.
for Makoto.
So crazy. Well, Electric Vortex onto the Naga. There's
Nice
the call from
call
WS
again.
onto 2. Chop and chop for WS. Has the Blade Mail. 9K lead for Talon.
Real recognized, real a tip from Miero there. Miero loves a good axe performance.
Yeah.
It's a big...
Cuckoo looks to be going for the blink before that Ghost Scepter in his quick buy, as Talon will be taking out the Tormy. As Jokum will get it.
Okay, so that's the upgraded skewer. Not really too
Oh,
important
this
here.
is interesting, though. Into the pit, BetBoom goes.
If they get countered here, they might honestly call it.
Yep.
This feels already like
It's
a bit of a
already
Hail Mary,
slow.
and they're already giving up on it. But they're going to turn it into a smoke fight.
Yeah,
Looking for
WS.
maybe a Song setup. Song into Pango roll, I guess.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Song at all as WS.
It's going to break the smoke wards being
He
placed.
will.
Oh my god, it's
They
an
use
illusion.
telekinesis on an illusion. Miero with GPK's help, actually getting a stun lock onto the Storm Spear, but the False Promise already used. He's going to take a Laguna, so a lot of damage, and he's still stun locked here. Will be zipping away, but there's a huge RP and an even bigger skewer, but they've already lost 2. Make it 3 for Talon. And WS. Oh, they actually cancel his Blink Dagger. GPK gets the shield crash as well, and WS might be the 4th death.
Oh,
Gonna dodge the LSA, but as long as they can cancel this Blink Dagger. 23 Savage, though. He's coming in. Oh, the Song at just the right time to disrupt the combo from 23.
maybe you can blink out here?
Oh, yeah, they mistimed that a bit. So the blink out from WS actually might want to come back in as 23 Savage focusing on Miero. That's a pretty tanky target, though. Gets the Avalanche now as a TP coming from Cuckoo, who's now respawned. Miero getting some stuff dispelled now.
Oh, he crimsoned before he got purged. That might actually cost him.
Yeah, he's going to get tossed
He was
and
probably
destroyed.
dead anyway, to be fair, but most definitely. But he's back alive. Nothing happened.
No, that's right.
That was a great fight for BetBoom, and I think the biggest story of that entire fight was WS's choice to solo getting punished for it. Of course, the Song of the Siren and Snare was on cooldown, so Kataomi couldn't combo them to prevent X from blinking out. And now we're back to the pit. It's the pivotal point of the game where both teams will continue to cover this area. All spells available in a moment for the side of Talon. 10 seconds on RP.
Savage, that's who they want. Opening from GPK, LSA, Laguna as well, but the False Promise comes out and a delete save to start the fight as Makoto. He's going to zip, trying to get Kiratas. He finds himself to the high ground. That's a buyback now onto save. As 23 Savage continue to whack away, but he is slow to a crawl. But Jokum, nice RP onto several heroes, and the cleave coming out from 23. The choppity chop from WS. And just like that, this is going to be a dieback for save. It's going to be a full team wipe for Talon.
Damn.
Ultra kill for the Axe. Beastly performance.
Was that 2 good calls and 1 big RP? It's just going for... He's going for the Wisdom Shrine so he can get level 18 for the base fight. Is that it? It looks like that's it. Wants to get that extra edge. It is a really big upgrade for Pango to hit 18.
Oh my god, the cleave on the building. Got the almost died to that.
That was not enough to get GPK to level 18. He needs 2 more creeps.
All right, well, mid lane is given up. Now top lane. Got to defend at some point, BetBoom. Lose the tier 3 now. And Miero does use his ult, and there's the Avalanche. He's actually going to toss the Undying into the fray. He gets skewered away on top of that. He gets put back on the same cliff as before. The TP will not be successful. He is chopped to the ground. 50 seconds as 23 Savage was in a 1 versus 4 and is surviving. Cuckoo forced the False Promise himself as a double shot onto save. Kiritich gets taken out in the meantime as GG ends up being called. And Talon absolutely pummel BetBoom in game 2. And we're going the distance, as expected.
And yeah, stopped them in that last team fight without using Aegis and RP. Talk about a big lead. Nice and easy for Talon.
That's what I like. They might
Yeah.
just leave this tiny carry and go something mid. Okay.
That's the DP.
Okay.
Is that an offlane DP? Are we going to get that ranged matchup against the Ursa? 23 Savage takes the carry Magnus.
Yeah, it is. I think
Wow, that
it's
was a
playing
cool
deep.
call out there.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I just want.
I mean, depending on whether he wants to buy Blink or not, you... Oh, try for Skewer again. Warming up. I think you go Harpoon at the very least. It looks like he's also queuing up Mask of Madness, but I think Harpoon treads optional Mask of Madness. Oh, there's the Skewer.
There's the Skewer. Mira's already done a lot of damage. 23 Savage. Cuckoo with the blood grenade now.
Power
The
shot.
power shot coming now. 23 Savage has to be careful. The Hammer of Purity brings him out of the fight. It's going to be a trade. Much to the chagrin of you. BetBoom. Grouping
Yeah,
up.
it smells.
GPK. Oh, the X not in range. He gets the
Nice
torrent off, though,
torrent.
onto the Bane as Cuckoo will get the brain sap off, but this will be an eventual kill for BetBoom. Miero takes it with a purification. 23 Savage. A little greedy.
Katome is just going to leech here for now, but Torrent.
Yeah, and they're going to use Boat as well. They get the Shackle, and that is going to be the death of 23 Savage. His teammate died nearby, and he continued to farm. And now
Is in a position in this game where he has more responsibility than he would like.
WS with the Exorcism. Going to get slowed, and now Kirita jumps in. That is a lot of damage. Jokum has the snowball, but where are you ending up? It's going to be on the neutral camps, not that much distance as the Kunkka comes to play as well. WS with the Spirit Slapping doing quite a bit of work against GPK, but eventually will melt. Jokum able to get out, but again, that's a core dead. Although Makoto has made the transition over now. Still has that haste in the bottle. Avatos, so Kataomi will be
He
the
might
trade, but
trade.
Jokum is still really low. They do get the kill. Nice save. Is it going to be in time? Yes. Dodges the ship, but it's still going to be the death of the Tusk as Makoto gets a toss-up onto GPK, wants to finish the job. The Shackle's going to not be enough. Makoto closes the gap, and now a Fiend's Grip, draining all the mana of save, but Kiritish just with a casual paw to the back of the head.
That's such a funny end situation. One of them is sleepwalking away, the other one is gripped, and his Magnus, it's a lot different to show up to fights with this hero because the spells early on when you're playing carry mag are going to be low level because you're maxing in power.
Yeah.
So your relative amount of assistance you can offer compared to many of the other carries we've seen the players play is, it's like night and day, right? If there's a fight breaking out and Ursa joins it, you know something's going to go down. Whereas the mag right now, a little bit on the slower side. This is starting to become a pretty big lead now for the side of BetBoom. It's about 3,500.
It's just...
I would just have a lot more confidence in them in this game state if the Magnus was on WS and 23 Savage was playing a more quote-unquote traditional carry. Not because he can't play mag, because he very well can, but it's about what WS is going to do.
Oh, Kataomi, this would be a big kill. Avatos, he gets silenced.
GA.
He's actually staying alive. WS going to try to continue the pressure here. Pops the Exorcism. He has to use the Yules as Miero is going to get gripped with the instant global and the instant death of WS. Now the TP from the Bane.
This is
Oh, he gets
real
bashed.
bad for
And they're going to
Talon.
lose the Tiny as well. That is disastrous for Talon. And now this just got way harder. You can't even kill the Silencer.
And unfortunately, as it looks right now, for fans of close Dota, this has been a very one-sided series in the sense that every game has been one team just being better than the other. See if Talon can find a way to bring it back, but...
Kiritich, he has the Aegis.
This
They
is
can
a
burn
smart-
it here. Not a whole big commitment from Talon.
They
so
need to
that's
get
nice.
out. They need to get
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. As Miero jumps in, trying to focus down the Tusk. And they will.
Shackle and...
Oh, that Shackle. Do they have the Force Staff to try to keep some distance? Power Shot not really going to do too much. GPK can't get the X he wanted, but he'll find out 23 Savage. Maybe a better target. Forces out the BKB. The Skewer hits absolutely nothing. As now he's just going to get bashed and destroyed shortly after. Does get the RP off, but really does nothing. And this is just getting worse for Talon. as the Bear coming for more. Get another support. As the Death Prophet stuck in a 1v3 will easily be dropping to the deck. And they're going to find the Makoto Tiny as well. And all of a sudden, in about 3 fights, this has gone from doable to close to insurmountable now in BetBoom's favor.
The more organized the fights are, the harder it'll be for your lineup to function. This could be something.
Yeah, Avatos.
He gets
Grip. There's the global.
I don't know.
They do trade that as Miero repels himself and it's just going to TP out. But the RP doesn't.
Yeah.
They're able to cancel. They use a lot, but I mean,
GA.
we get the 420 meme at least.
Nice. All right, there it is.
A lot used to kill Miero, but that's what it takes at this stage of the game.
The harpoon of Savage will still be useful at the very least, but...
Kiritich is going to get nightmared. They're going to wait it out, and Cuckoo will die shortly after. Meanwhile, WS feels like every little engagement, BetBoom just get the better of it.
Yeah, if you...
Showing off that nullifier there, like you said.
If Talon's heroes split up and get caught, it's just not playable. Talon, they know Roche is up, but...
Yeah, it might be the death of a support again here to tank a gank.
Cuckoo's good position.
Wrapping around.
It's a deep wrap. This could work really well because Cuckoo didn't spot them.
Makoto. He
Good react.
blinks. 23 Savage is spotted, though. He gets off the RP onto 2, but the Enrage already there. He's going to get eaten up. The nice snowball to save him for the time being. 23 Savage continue to be pursued by Miero. Company gets X back into death. That's 2 dead already. No buyback for 23 as WS attempting the TP, but the burst is too much from BetBoom. They get a 3rd member as Makoto. Well, he gets a nice Avatos onto save. Oh, he's not even going to be able to get this potentially. Save finds the distance, and now GPK going to set up the Torrent, although gets the blink off. And the Gale Force making it very annoying for the big bad Tiny. Gets off the BKB, wants to find some kill onto save, but the GA comes out. And Makoto, the X will bring him back after the BKB. 4 dead for nothing. And BetBoom can get a free Aegis.
Talon, we're trying to be creative here with the carry mag offlane DP. Definitely has not worked whatsoever. Oh my god,
the shackle, the follow.
Oh,
the toss.
boy.
Trying to save 23 Savage, gets off the BKB, but Kiritich, he wants the kill, and he'll find it. 70 seconds of no 23 Savage as Kiritich continue on his rampage here. Gets a 2nd hero as Makoto is controlled, taken out by Miero. And again, 4 for nothing. GG's come out. BetBoom completely dominate game number 3. Which means BetBoom are going to be in the grand finals to have a rematch against Paravision.
You gotta hope that BetBoom have learned some valuable lessons from the series last night as well as today, because the final bosses are still remaining. Paravision have barely lost a game